it's actually difficult. Writing a movie with ancient sensibility and trying to fit that in the modern world is a way more difficult job than we think. I acknowledged that point. Many attempts have been made by various industries, yet none have received widespread acclaim as a perfect film. While one can attempt to adapt what RRR has accomplished, replicating the exact theme, gauging audience reactions, and maintaining the same sensibility is a challenging endeavor. MIRAI basically focuses on the 9 sacred scriptures that had been established and distributed by King Ashoka, which possesses immense power, and a chosen one who should protect those from getting in the wrong hands and avoid the abomination, forming the basic narrative of Karthik Gattamani directed fantasy superhero movie MIRAI, which hits the big screens. This is Point of View, and I'll be discussing the good, the bad and the verdict in this video so you can make an informed decision about whether this movie deserves your money or not. First, the good. Camera work and visuals. These were the primary selling point since the film was marketed. I must say the promotional materials promised a lot and the movie delivers on those expectations. The AI generated clips were furnished enough to make you believe those were real, and this was a good usage of AI to cut short the budget. Also, the VFX and CGI work were mostly done in a sensible way. My takeaway from it will be the Sampathi fight sequence. Many hundreds of crores wouldn't imitate the visuals that this movie has created, especially that scene. Also, the camera work, especially in the fight sequences, was used in a fabulous way. No doubt this movie created the visual spectacle with, I think, 60 crores, and that is appreciable work. This week I witnessed Loka, which was a 35 crore project, and both these movies are showing the mirror to the big budget so-called spectacle movies. The background score and the action designing. One good thing about this movie was there are no additional songs in the screenplay. They mostly used the scores and melodies to emphasize and narrate the story, which was a wise move by the creators. The movie is already distracting with unnecessary elements, which I'll discuss later in this video, and the uniquely designed action set pieces supporting those scores very well. The makers didn't make it as an action heavy film, but where they used them, it was a sensible attempt. Apart from the wire work, settling up the antagonist. The more menacing the antagonist you show, the more attractive the movie gets. This movie keeps the narrative in that exact way. They didn't use him as an obstacle, but as a part of the narrative. The way the backstory established him as a menacing villain and his powers really got me hooked. Even the intro of him was far better than the protagonist. But they should have cast someone who can convincing in that role. No hate to Manoj Manchu, who's the antagonist here, but someone who has the range to act and fit in that role should be a part of it. Then the tussle would be more attractive between the good and the evil. And now the disappointing aspects. Unnecessary comic gags. This is probably the problem with most of the Telugu movies, and maybe the audience wants to see their actors like this, I don't know, but I tolerated this in Kalki 2898 AD with Prabhas's character or in Hanuman with Teja's character, but it's still going on, which is irritating and annoying rather than offering something chill, which it wanted to be. Having some unnecessary cameos or a dumb side gig is a very repetitive. Why don't they just treat these kinds of movies in an out and out serious way, having some smart humors, not like those overdoses. Nonchalant scene designing. This corresponds poorly with the comedy aspects. The romantic subplot is poorly written and serves no purpose in advancing the story. Additionally, many characters introduced do not contribute anything meaningful to the main plot. The protagonist is supposed to undergo a transformation, which is a very basic element of these types of movies. However, this aspect is completely lacking here. The character's transformation is so poorly executed that it fails to evoke any emotional response. The movie shifts its tone according to the director's conviction, and those shifts are so rapid and poor that you will immediately get off with the treatment. This was a very template based movie that consists of some subplot that has zero connection with the main plot, the poorly written romantic track, a wannabe serious second half, and a final religious touch. We have seen this many times in the past few years, and I think the makers need to evolve from it. Teja Sajja is seemingly being into the same role with the same look, but I believe he's a good actor and can have many things to offer. MIRAI was a very decent one-time watch with awe-striking visuals. I feel it's a snowball effect that was started with Brahmastra and now it's keep going. If the upcoming Kantara Chapter 1 showcases something like this, then we are doomed. And that's the video. So what are your thoughts on this? If you have watched it, please let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. The handle is pointofview9. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the point of view.